Triya ma 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 ya ma ma oh ma 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 ya hom Triya ma ma ya ma ma ya ma ma Triya Triya ma 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 ya ram Triya ma ma ya Triya ma ma ya Triya ma ya ahom Triya ma 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 Triya ma ma ya ma Triya ma ma ya ayrom Triya ma 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 Triya mam ahoy Triya ma 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 Triya mam ram Triya ma ma etamam ayina na 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 ayina na 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 ama etam ayina na 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 ayina na 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 ama Triya yinam Triya ya mama yatam Triya mama yatam ayina na na nam ayina na na nam ama tahira ayina na na nam ayina na na nam ama yatayinam Triya mama yaram ta ya yaram Triya mama Triya Triya yaram ahom Triya mama Triya Triya Pasuk Chukas, Antisei Tamuz, Montig, noch Gimel Tamuz, man lebt mit Gimel Tamuz, mit Shabbos, Gimel Tamuz. If I bring Shabbos under the influence of alcohol, I So I said a story that Mendel Kotzker had Chassidim that lived in the town, and they wanted to bring their Rav, their rabbi, to see who's their Rebbe and what this is all about. Finally, it took him a little while, but they got him to come. He came one Shabbos, and it was Pesach and the Seder night. And after davening, the Gabbai gave him a clap off the tish, gave a bang on the table, and he said, "Easter geht benessen vechere. Now we're going to eat supper." The rabbi went ballistic. To say that it's Pesach night, what kind of words are these? He came back to his hotel. He says, "I got to get out of here. They're nuts, these guys." Kid said he was very upset, and so the people, these young Chassidim around him who brought him there, they asked him, "Something wrong? Was anything the matter?" And he tells them, "Yeah, you guys are crazy. You know, the guy gives a bang on the table and he says, we're going to eat supper now. Say that, it says Pesach night." So they said to him, "You don't understand," he says. "This was by design." Why? These who eat a whole year in a way that it's like a Seder. So comes Pesach night, there's no difference. They're serving Hashem in the same Seder that they're serving a whole year. But these, that by them, a whole year they eat like miest. And Pesach night is a Seder, they have to make a Seder Pesach night. So I said, the was Bazei is Gimel Tammuz. When Gimel Tammuz comes, they come to the cemetery, and by them it's Gimel Tammuz in the cemetery. So that's their Gimel Tammuz. But there are those, their Gimel Tammuz, their Rebbe is before Gimel Tammuz, it's during and after, and the whole year, every single day, it's Gimel Tammuz by them. They're connected to the Rebbe. Shem is giving them that they're one with the Rebbe. And the Rebbe stops time stops by the Rebbe, and when you're connected to the Rebbe. And I said, what the connection to the Rebbe is, you could have the Rebbe anywhere you want. You could have him in the cemetery. To me, personally, there's certain things I don't want to waste time on. I love to play music and stuff like that, piano, guitar, violin. I'd love to learn and more, but I don't feel like it's a good thing for me to waste time on all these instruments and to learn this and to play it and to sing it. Yeah, you could use it for Avodas Hashem. This is another cheshbon. But the bottom line is, if I have any time, it should be for learning and davening and Ma'asim Tevim and serving Hashem. That's the way I see life. Is you have a spare moment. Misha Efshel Alasik B'Teira V'Einei Isaac goes on Teira and mitzvahs, and it goes on everything. That a person, if he has a moment, spend it with Hashem, spend it with the Rebbe. You're daven to Hashem, and this is your time exclusively with Hashem. It's like you're sitting there with someone you love. You don't have to talk to them. All you have to do is be with them in the same proximity, and you're so giddy and happy that you're together with your loved one. The same thing, you have to make it your business. You're together with the Rebbe. When you learn a mimer of the Rebbe, if you learn a mimer from the Rebbe, why go back and forth to the Ale, an hour here and an hour there? I say to myself, take these 2 hours and learn the whole mimer, learn the whole Sikha, and be connected to the Rebbe through his Teirah, through Teirah's Mashiach, through his Sikhas and Maimorim and so on and so forth. So to me, Gimel Tammuz, being connected to the Rebbe is a whole year, and it's a life. It's Yechi. It's not Keach Shana, 28 years of somebody says to somebody. It's Keach Shana. The Rebbe still geben Keach. Tzarish Kichem Blota Vein sagt. No, it's Yechi Shana. It's Yechi. It's the life, and it's before Gimel Tammuz and during and after. This is one thing I want to emphasize. And now it's Chukah Zatera. Chukah means Esis Hachkika. The Rebbe says that you should be in today's Tanya and Chassidus B'chalas Mavur that there is the Teresh Shabal Peh, Teresh Shabiksav, and there's the Aseres Hadibris and the tablets. This is the Klolos Kol Atera Kula, just like the Asarim Amoris, and through Chilufei Asvin and it's watered down. This is like a main, let's say a main power center where the voltage is very high. And then you bring it down to lower and lower and lower until it becomes an Evan, a Damon, a Tzemeh, a Chaim, a Daber, It's all comes in the Seder Ishtalshalus, and the more the Aseret HaDibros is Ezer Zachkika. It's one thing, so to speak, the closest you could have. The Torah, when you learn Torah and it becomes part of you, Ezer Zachkika, like Reb Nissen used to say, there's a glatter stern, somebody who doesn't learn much, his forehead is very smooth, a glatter stern. But somebody who has creased forehead because because he's constantly thinking in deeply in his learning and his Navedas Hashem, that otherwise it's a panim ki'ocher. It's like his stern is like a tochas, because it's a tochas behind is very smooth. But a forehead that you use your seichel and you farfetched your stern to learn something and to understand deeply, that's a face. That's a aniti das panim ki'ocher v'eder zot. So we have to be connected in a way that we're part of it, we're one with it, and then our davening is one with Hashem. It's your exclusive time that you're connected to Hashem. When you learn, it's exclusively you're connected to Hashem through learning. This story that I mentioned before, Shemesh begiven name, that Yeshua stopped the Shemesh in order for him, it should be the day of light. He should be able to kill all the rest of the enemies. But in Tzachon HaMelchama, Chassidus is masbir that the sun circulates the earth. It goes in 24 hours. It goes mahalach tak shana, 500 years. Like it, if it's so far, it goes so quick that and what's his movement? His movement says it goes one direction. It bows down to Hashem. It's saying shira to Hashem. It davens to Hashem. So what happens from its saying shira to Hashem is like this. In the day of Enesh, they started to serve the moon and the sun, because there are energies that come from the moon and the sun. When they're saying shira, the energies come down. There are those vegetables that grow from the moon. There are those, the apple ripens from the sun. So the ashpah, the chayes, and the health of the fruits and vegetables and the ashpah, the sustenance that they live from, depends on the sun and the moon, so to speak. So therefore, the goyim bow down and serve the not mitzuvah on Elokod Elokaya. So they call it Elokod Elokaya, the Eibishter, but there's all these things. That's their avodah zarah of serving these the sun and the moon. Even though the ashpah comes through them, they're kigazim yad hachetzer, but for them, they're praying to it because that's where the ashpah comes from, the way they see it. So Yeshua, what happened was, it says in the Alkut Shemeni that he showed the sun Mishnah Torah, and when he saw the Torah, he stopped saying Shira, because the Torah is a much higher revelation of and connection to Hashem. And when he was exposed to that Mishnah Torah, the Torah Shebal Peh, he stopped saying Shira. When he stopped saying Shira, the goyim, stopped getting their ashpoah from the sun, and when they stopped getting their ashpoah from the sun, that they get usually through the shira, they stopped getting their ashpoah. It was very easy for Yeshua to get rid of them, and they killed them out 1, 2, 3. So it's not just that it was light of the day; the goyim didn't get any ashpoah at all. And actually, this is masber mevayer that it's conquer Yisrael, where you're going into a Elam Kimin Hogeneg and Derech HaTeva. You have to the Nisim come in the Teva. This is the Gimel Tammuz that we speak about, Shemesh Givim Deim. That very much, the question was, why didn't the Eibishter just make all the goyim disappear and there's Eretz Yisrael? But the Eibishter wants that he made the Chukei Shemayim V'Oretz, and he wants in this Teva, in these limitations of Teva, there should be l'maylam derech hateva. That is all the mufsim and all the things we saw by the Rebbe, that the Rebbe did tremendous mufsim, but it always came out. But the Lubavitcher Rabbeim, it was always tried to do it in a very unassuming tevadika way, that the l'maylam derech hateva comes into the teva. That is Gimel Tammuz. That is the Rebbe's Hashpoah in the whole world. The Rebbe's Hashpoah is the stories of the Rebbe. Every day you hear more and more. I'm going to tell even a story from the Rebbe's Chassid to understand. Even